Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called What is Brewing in Your Love Life? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm just going to put on some conjure oil here. Whew. Happy Monday, everybody. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. First of all, a few announcements. For those of you that would like to follow me on OnlyFans, there's a link in the description box below if you'd like to get your freaky forecasts from me over there. And for those of you that want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, details for how to do so are in the description box below. If you'd like to check out my other tarot channel, Light of Ascension Tarot, there's a link to that channel below as well. And if you'd like a personal reading from me, there are details below for how to request. Essentially, everything you need is in the description box below. I'd love to have you guys join me on OnlyFans, and it's actually free to subscribe over there if you want to check it out. And I do have some freebies on there as well. A couple other videos that are behind a paywall, but I'd love to see you over there. Thank you so much. Snap, snap. And let's go ahead and get into your reading. So for pile number 1, we have the green tea light. It's almost St. Patrick's Day, so I'm putting the green tea light here to represent the luck of the Irish, if you're feeling lucky. For pile number 2, we have the pumpkin spice tea light. And for pile number 3, we have the purple tea light. Okay, so close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath and think about, what am I feeling today? Am I feeling green? Am I feeling like pumpkin? Am I feeling purple? How am I feeling today? Okay. And go ahead and choose your pile. Of course, you can watch more than one pile if you feel you want to and need to. And we will be having an extended reading for each pile as well, too. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the readings. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the green tea light, and today's reading is called What is Brewing in Your Love Life, okay? We're going to go ahead and take a look at what's going on or what you can expect coming up. And for those of you that would like to hit the extended reading with me as well, there'll be a link in the description box below to the extended reading. And yeah, I think that's about it. So without any further ado, spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 1s who come here today seeking your guidance. Thank you, angels and guides, for allowing me to be the medium between you and the viewer. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's get some channeled. Okay, spirit is telling me cotton candy, and maybe there's a flavor of a lip gloss or some type of drink that you have, but cotton candy. And I just heard break a leg. So maybe some of you are like going to present something soon, and spirit is telling you good luck. Okay. What else for pile number 1, please? Okay, I just heard meteorite. Meteorite. So maybe you were watching a show with a meteorite on it. Did you guys see that show on Netflix called Don't Look Up? I mean, I just watched part of it, but anyway, you could, it's kind of giving me those vibes. What else for my pile number 1s, please, spirits? I just heard hula hoop. So maybe some of you like to hula hoop when you were younger, or you have a kiddo that likes to hula hoop, or you're just like, I need to have more fun in my life. What else for pile number 1, please? Okay, I just heard like the meaning of life, like something about the meaning of life. Maybe you were having a conversation with someone about the meaning of life, or, you know, why we are here, or you had some type of deep conversation like that. I'm also getting the meaning of numbers. So maybe you were talking about the meaning of certain numbers or what that means. I know some people are very into angel numbers. What else for pile number 1? Or numerology. A lot of people are into numerology too. What else for pile number 1, spirit? I just heard arrogant bastard. So maybe some of you guys have been dealt with an arrogant bastard and you're just like, I don't want any of that anymore. I'm done with that. No more. And Spirit is also telling me tea light. So maybe some of you do use your own tea lights in your spell work, or just around, you like them. Some people put them around the bath and makes it a little romantic. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you're into candles, pile number 1. Some people are actually really good at making candles. And I am not one of those people, pile number 1. What else? I just heard it's criminal how good you look. It's criminal how good you look, okay? And Spirit is giving me the initials SS, okay? So let's go ahead and get into your reading, my beautiful pile number 1s. I'm also getting the name Janessa, or some variation of that. It may not be an English name, but something that sounds like Janessa. Okay, let's get into it. Let's find out for my beautiful pile number 1 Spirit, what is coming in love for pile number 1, please? What is coming, okay? What is coming? I'm seeing Cancer and Sagittarius already, pile number 1, but let's go ahead and see what is coming for pile number 1 when it comes to love. Ooh, we have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is definitely could be a water sign. So you could have a water sign. Also, I was getting that emotional energy earlier when I was talking about the emotions, and the King of Cups is definitely emotional, okay? Or their lack thereof, right? But emotions are a part of what the King of Cups is about, okay? But let's go ahead. And I'm drawn to, you know, like, I feel like it's been a cloudy day, okay? Or we feel like it's been a cloudy day. And let's go ahead and get another one. Let's go ahead and get another one. Okay, yeah, it's been a cloudy day for sure. With the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Swords here, yeah. I feel like some of you are just not, you're not wanting to deal with the negativity that's kind of been around you anymore, okay? And I feel like you're just like, I'm hearing like birds squawk really violently in the background now. Like there's 2 birds that are in a big fight, okay? So there could have been a big fight type of energy, and you know, it's kind of that like emotional residue that's left over after we've had a big fight or we've had a falling out. And this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be a friendship, but I am getting the energy of something that is like, well, that wasn't worth my time, or that wasn't worth my time. Okay. That type of energy. And, yeah. And I feel like if you guys had to tell someone off as well, I definitely feel like that person got the point. And I think I'm getting the energy of someone feeling kind of empty. You know what I mean? Feeling empty, pile number 1, because another person confronted that person with maybe something that actually needed to be said, okay? But the 10 of Swords can also be like an energy of being silent too, you know, and not really just kind of like continuing on, but not saying anything, but feeling like the situation is really like dead in the water. You know what I mean? Let's get a couple more here for pile number 1. So there might be a little bit of a storm brewing here, pile number 1, around what someone has said or done. Okay. I also feel like somebody wanted to fight with someone and get something out in the open, but the other person is holding back or just doesn't want to talk about it. Okay. Yeah, and I do feel, here's the 10 of Pentacles. I saw the 4 of Wands on the bottom of the deck earlier, and I feel like, you know, this certainly has added some color to the situation, hasn't it, pile number 1? And, you know, the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords are very different energies, and 10s are all associated with Melkut on the Tree of Life in the earth plane, okay? That's why the Ten of Pentacles looks so good, because it's close to the earth. But when we get to the Ten of Swords, we don't know what to do with that, with air, okay? And so there's this kind of energy of, I don't know what to do with this anymore, and I definitely need to talk with you about it and let you know how I'm feeling. And then someone else just kind of giving up or not really wanting to hear it, okay? And I feel like there's still interest between you and this person, okay? I do. I feel like there is regret, there is remorse here, and maybe in the moment it didn't seem like it at all, you know? But I do think that there is regret and remorse here, and yeah, whoever's the King of Cups here kind of walked away in defeat, okay? Is that you? Is it them? Who's the water sign here? Pile number 1. But again, you see someone walking away again in this Ten of Pentacles, and, you know, people kind of turning their back on situations and wondering like what's left here. And both with this treasure chest full of coins here, both feeling like this connection had a lot of potential to really be something or go somewhere or to grow, okay? But people have to put in equal effort. And, you know, Ace of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like communication has been a struggle in this connection, okay? And we could have, here's the Queen of Wands. So we could have a water sign and a fire sign, like I said at the beginning, with Cancer and Sagittarius. The Queen of Wands in the tarot is a Leo, and the King of Cups in the tarot is a Pisces, but nonetheless still water, okay? And it's almost like an energy of what am I supposed to do next? And I feel both of you could be in this energy. I feel things went quiet for a while, and then somebody tried to, you know, sometimes with the Five of Swords, we intentionally try to antagonize someone to find out where they're at or to get an emotional reaction, but then someone has no reaction and just kind of walks off, you know what I mean? And that can be, I mean, it's never good to like purposely test people, right? But sometimes if you've been in a period of like, this thing feels dead, but there's still more to say here, okay, is kind of what I'm getting. Let's look at the tarot. We have confusion and illusions and Neptune. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the King of Cups here, whoever is holding the Pisces energy or holding on to the emotional part of this connection, feels confused and maybe feels that they were lied to and the wool was pulled over their eyes, okay? And I do think there was a moment when like both parties were confused here, pile number 1, but whoever represents the emotional King of Cups energy in this reading is still very confused, okay, is what I'm getting by the way that someone acted. We have self-love, creation, and intentions, okay? And I feel like for you, pile number 1, you're just saying to yourself, I don't want to be in a connection where the energy is dead, okay? Where there's a lot of potential, but the energy is dead. And if that happens, I'm gonna call someone out on it, okay? And I do feel like some of you were with someone who was attracted to you or liked you, and they may have been confused by your kind of like change in what they saw in you, okay? But I think pile number 1, the good news is that you guys are really becoming more about setting your intentions and self-love, even if you have to confuse or throw off the other person or call them out for something, okay? And even if you have to kind of like break up the fog of the dream with your sword and just kind of say, this is it, and this is kind of the final moment for me, and either it is or it isn't type of thing, okay? Which I think could have been very hard for you, pile number 1, because I do feel you saw a lot of potential in this connection. And I do feel like this person feels regret and remorse and more than anything, confusion. But you know, they should have taken, shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Pile number 1. We have wide open and ready to play. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are pile number one. Like, you're wide open and ready to play, and I love the green on the pool table and like all the balls on the table, right? Let's get all the balls on the table, pile number one. Let's get them all on the table and and roll those balls around, pile number one. Anyway, it's funny to me. But I feel like, oh, someone could have had a forearm tattoo here as well. Is what I'm seeing, like a very distinctive forearm tattoo. That distinctive maybe because it looks like a big glob of something, but it's like, what is that? It maybe looks like a candle melting. And it's funny because I was talking about candles in the beginning. But anyway, pile number one, I feel like you guys already came to the conclusion that this situation was not for you because of the communication and the confusion. And so you guys, I feel like we're already ready to put a fork in it here, or maybe you're considering putting a fork in something and becoming wide open to new intentions and new creations in relationships, okay? And opening up the playing field and opening up, you know, like at some point in connections, we just, it either is or it isn't, right? And Spirit is showing me V2. V2, I have no idea what that is, like with a little 2, V2. Maybe someone does math or is into science or whatever. But I feel like, yeah, somebody here is ready and wide open to consider other things here. But there was some words that had to be exchanged first, okay? We have creativity. I feel like you guys are saying, you know what, if this doesn't work, because I feel maybe some of you have wasted your time before. The Ten of Pentacles is an energy of efficiency too, right? It's where we're operating on all cylinders. And I feel like in the past, you're like, I'm sitting here growing old trying to deal with this situation. And I feel like you guys are just like, I'm going to bypass it entirely. And I feel like some of you are getting creative about your love life too, and maybe going out with someone that you normally wouldn't, or giving someone a chance that has been kind of like sniffing around you, that maybe you would have been preoccupied with something else before, but now pile number one, it seems like you're willing to, and you feel a little tentative to me, pile number one, about kind of giving this a try. But I'm also getting this energy of like, well, I might as well type of thing, okay? And we have 2 10s in your reading, so there's definitely an energy of, you know, completing something and being wide open to another journey. However, someone you were fucking around with, pile number one, may not understand, quote unquote, your journey. You know what I mean? Which is fine, that's fine. We have Parrot. Someone will gossip about your secrets. Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely a 5 of Swords type of energy, okay? And someone's actions as well, pile number one, could have left you really confused about how this person even saw you in the first place, okay? Like, what did this person even think about me in the first place? And kind of, were they planning this all along is also what I feel. And I do feel like there's been an energy of confusion around in general, pile number one, even with your friendships. Like, it's like, okay, are we really going to go there? Are we really going to do this right now? And I mean, people are showing their true colors, pile number one, which is always appreciated, because then it allows us to move on to the next thing and not waste our time, effort, and energy, okay? And someone could have told something about you to someone else that also caused this person to have a lot of confusion about this connection as well, you know? Spirit just gave me an old movie from the 90s called Sex, Lies, and Videotape, right? It's like somebody having sex, lies, and videotape, like somebody having proof of something or somebody showing someone something is what I'm getting here. We have the dog, protection from a powerful friend. Yeah, and the Ten of Pentacles is like a shelter. You know what I mean? And Maybe some of you here really like animals as well. But I also feel like a powerful friend to you, pile number one, is your creativity and your ability to make the best out of a tough situation, okay? So you may have somebody gossiping about you, but on the other hand, you also have someone else around you that is willing to help you carry the trash to the trash can. You know what I mean? Did you guys ever see that meme online where it's like Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, and it says, when you and your friend are burying a body and you find each other and you're like, what are you doing here? Fancy meeting you here, type of thing. Okay, so I also feel you guys have protective energy around you. We have water. Yep, I was mentioning water. We definitely could have water signs here: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Intuitively, I feel like you always kind of knew what the deal was, pile number one, because you're very in touch with your own intuition and your emotions. And, you know, hindsight is 2020, and it's always easier to kind of see the situations around us and comment on them instead of when we are in it. It can be a lot harder to see it, okay? And I do think there was an emotional connection here, pile number one, between you and whoever this is. I do feel there is a legitimate emotional connection here. But someone's getting a little confused about the way that someone acted. In the grand scheme of things, though, pile number one, what I want to ask you, though, is this going to matter 100 days from now? You know what I mean? Because it kind of feels like you guys are going to move on to create something better here. We have friendship. Okay, definitely could be something about a friendship as well, and being confused. You know, it's a thin line between love and hate type of thing, pile number one, which is also another movie from the 90s, and it is straight up 2 o'clock in your reading now. But friendship, okay, maybe someone thought the friendship, it says this friendship is leading to more. Maybe someone here thought the friendship was leading to more, and someone here called it out and said, no, it's not really leading to more, sorry. And then the other person became very confused and defeated by that, okay? And it kind of feels like, you know, with the Ten of Swords being the Lord of Ruin, it's like, well, this is ruined now, you know? And yeah, we have Too Cool for You. I kind of feel like it was you guys that sort of called out this King of Cups. I kind of feel like you guys did it as a way to like show your toughness, and also to show like, hey, I'm not going to wait around for you forever, or I'm not going to, I feel like you guys really want the Ten of Pentacles, or you really do want a family or a strong commitment with someone. And I feel like you guys might have done this, or this is brewing within you, this want to kind of, you know, I feel like you may have a little bit of an axe to grind, pile number one, which is okay with me. I mean, sometimes you have to do it. We have Too Cool for You, the Queen of Swords, the Who Can Care Less game, and avoidant attachment, okay? I feel somebody in a friendship or a relationship that you could have possibly had a relationship with. You see what my hand is doing right now, pile number one? I'm like, it could have turned into that, right? But I feel like somebody here was like, no, and called something out and put their guard up, okay? And we have the Two of Swords here, and this is the naughty deck, and it looks like this gentleman caller is going down on her, okay? And she has a look on her face that's like, well, this is fun, but, you know, I'm enjoying myself, but at the same time, what else is there? Or maybe even thinking about something else or someone else. Has that ever happened to you guys when you're someone's going down on you, but you're thinking about someone else? You know, or your mind is like drifting with the Two of Swords, okay? And also it could have been, I think you guys are looking for peaceful moments where you can relax with someone and seek pleasure in that way, without feeling uptight or guarded, okay, is another thing that I'm feeling here. Also, there could be some creativity coming into your sex life, like maybe things you've always imagined or wanted to do, but you haven't tried yet, okay? So I see that too for you, pile number one. Ooh, we have the cheetah. Cheetah, yeah. I mean, I feel like this Five of Swords is represented by the cheetah and whoever was the fire energy in this connection. Or who, you don't have to be a fire sign, but you know what I mean about fire energy. It's like, I'm ready to pounce and I need to know what the deal is, because cheetahs move really, I mean, I think they can move up to 60 miles an hour. Don't quote me on it, but like, I feel like they can, pile number one. And, you know, this cheetah is ready to pounce and has its eye on its dinner and is like, I'm ready to fucking, you know. And I feel somebody here is very muscular or strong, and also is like showing their colors and showing who they are is also what I'm feeling here, okay? And I mean, you're not going to keep a cheetah waiting for too long. If there's some, I also feel like you're a protective friend. Some of you may have a spirit guide and you resonate with that energy. One time I had a dream about a Doberman, like a big Doberman dog, but it was protecting me. I wasn't afraid of it. It was actually protecting me. So I feel like you guys have this energy around you too, particularly if there have been friends or people gossiping about you and you know that they're talking shit. Okay, pile number one. We have here confidence in the power of healing, okay? And we have Black Moon Lilith and Virgo. So, you know, I mean, there's two sides to the coin, right? Pile number one, we can sit and wait for someone else to bring us what we need, or we can just, you know, get in there and find what we need and do it ourselves, okay? Which is this element of creativity. And I feel there is a lot of creativity around you right now, pile number one, especially when it comes to trying new things or doing new things in a sexual manner as well. And someone may be wondering, like, is this going to work? You know, if we try this, is it going to be good? Is it going to be work? Who's the doubting, as they call it, the doubting Thomas? Who's the doubting Thomas here? I feel like there is someone that is doubting something a little bit. Have you doubted the power of healing? Pile number one. But Spirit is telling you now you're going to find very creative ways to get clarity here and to believe in the confidence in the power of healing. Also, this is card number 7, which I always think is a lucky number, okay? And it's almost like an energy of, I'm going to try this a different way and see what happens. And I feel like some of you did try something a different way here with this Five of Swords, or you're considering approaching someone in a much more direct manner and kind of calling the situation to the table. All right, pile number one. We have here protection. Wow. Okay, we have protection twice. And I also feel you guys are a very protective and powerful friend when people are hurting the people that you love or are fucking with the people that you care about. I feel you are a very sensitive and emotional person and you care about people a lot, but I also feel you guys have a very fierce side to you as well, pile number one, where you can protect the people around you and also yourself. Okay, so there is an energy of protection because somebody has been gossiping or somebody hasn't come forward with the truth, but I feel it is, you know, uno momento gonna come forward any moment now. I don't know if that's how you say uno momento. I don't even know what language that is, but in any moment, I feel like somebody's gonna come forward and be like, that's it, okay? We have altar and dedication. Yeah. I mean, again, with the 10 of Pentacles and dedication, I feel like what you guys are doing is calling in an energy of dedication and commitment into your love life. And it's like, okay, if we're not on the same page and we're not holding the same type of space, then, you know, I'm going to go ahead and use this knife here that's on my altar to cut this off. But I also feel you guys are, you know, when you get rid of things that are like situations that are kind of like in no man's land, like they're neither here, neither there, and then you decide to commit to doing things in a different way here with the creativity. And yeah, I feel like then things move faster and they manifest quickly, okay? I just feel you guys want to make sure that you're putting your dedication in the right place, okay? And, you know, ready to play with the Ten of Swords is not always the best. That may not be the best energy because somebody is lying or somebody is ready to play someone else, okay, with the Ten of Swords, all right? It's kind of with the Ten of Swords, it's like I'm done being played out. So I have got to tell you something here, and then the other person getting confused because you've always been, you know, so kind or caring, okay? But I feel when it comes to love, ultimately, you guys are doing this and protecting yourself and healing because you're looking for a dedicated connection where the lines are not blurry. You guys are not looking for blurred lines. You know what I'm saying, pile number one? There was a song back in the day, I think it was Robin Thicke, who sang Blurred Lines, and everyone freaked out about it because it was a very, it was his Ten of Swords moment. You know, a lot of people watched the video, but it also was like, whoa, like some of the lyrics and what he was saying in it. And I just think you guys are not in the mood for that anymore. And you're ready, like you're ready to pounce on something better here and find the true spirit of dedication, okay? And it may involve kind of going out on a limb and trying something new is also what I'm getting for you, pile number one. Thank you so much, my loves. And for those of you that would like to go deeper into this reading and take it a step further, you can certainly follow me to my Vimeo channel. I'd love to see you there, pile number one. Take care. Let's move on to pile number two. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the pumpkin spice tea light, and today's reading is called What's Brewing in Your Love Life? I kind of feel for you guys, it's a who's brewing in your love life, okay? But we're gonna go ahead and check it out. Pile number two, I almost called you pile number one. Maybe some of you heard pile number one and you came over to pile number two to be like, okay, what's next? But anyway, pile number two, let's go ahead and get into it. You guys have the pumpkin spice tea light, spirit, angels. Oh, and for those of you that want to go further with me in this reading, you can click the link below to go to my Vimeo channel if you'd like to hit up the extended reading. Okay, spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of my beautiful pile number twos who come here today seeking guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium between you and pile number two. Let's go ahead and do it, okay? 212 at the start of your reading, pile number two. It's 212, okay? 212. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see, what is brewing in pile number two's love life? What is brewing? The Hermit, okay? So you could have a Virgo brewing in your life. I feel like for those of you that came over from pile number one, you're like, yeah, I'm sick of being alone because the Hermit's looking at the prior reading, okay? Like, nah, you know? But I feel like in order to have something brew in your love life, pile number two, you're gonna have to come out of your cavey cave, all right, pile number two. Oh, I didn't even get channeled messages for you guys. There's the Ace of Swords. Okay, let me get channeled messages for you, pile number two. I mean, maybe the Hermit is here so we can meditate on it and just think about your channeled messages here. I just heard the word ergo, you know, when someone's explaining something, I think you spell it E-R-G-O, like ergo, this, and this, kind of like, it's kind of like Old English kind of writing, or you can find it in literature at times. It means, I think it means, you know, like in this instance or because type of thing. Maybe some of you are, I feel somebody here might have a headache because they're trying to write something, or somebody here could be working on some type of paper, or maybe when you guys were younger, when you were doing your English papers, you tried to make yourself sound smarter by putting in things like ergo is kind of what I'm getting. Right? And some of you may be very good with language too, with the Hermit. It goes back to Virgo, and Mercury is exalted in Virgo. So some of you may be very actually good with languages, but you know, being able to speak different languages or being able to write in that way always makes a person seem smarter, okay? I'm also getting the energy of Leo. For those of you that have Leo in your chart, I'm just feeling that energy. What else for pile number 2, please, Spirit? I just heard anytime you need me, anytime you call me, I'll be around. Okay, that's a song, actually. I'll be around. It's kind of like a R&B kind of Motown song a little bit here, pile number 2. Okay, what else for pile number 2 for channeled messages? I'm seeing a waterfall, pile number 2. Feels very peaceful and cleansing. Have you ever hiked to a waterfall? Pile number 2. I have, but half the time I got turned around and then I got lost, and then I was like, oh, it's been like 3 hours and I haven't found the waterfall yet. I guess I'll go back. You know how it is, pile number 2. What else, please? Okay. I also feel like someone here could have had a weird incident when they were younger with some type of poisoning, or Spirit is showing me like somebody at the beach or somebody by a body of water and stepping on something like a jelly, you know how you could step on a jellyfish, or you could step on like something really, really, you know, that would cut your foot or something that would bite you. Okay, maybe you had a sibling that happened to and it was a big ordeal, or you had a parent where that happened to them. But I do feel there's some story about, you know, stepping on something or being in the water and something weird happened to someone, okay? I'm getting that energy right now. Like some kind of like freak accident. I mean, maybe people can laugh about it today. At the time, it was probably like, you know, like people kind of freaked out, especially if it's a little kid, you know, parents tend to really freak out about that. And I mean, if they're a good parent, right? I mean, you want to keep your cool if you're a parent, but you guys know what I mean. Pile number 2, what else, please? What else, please? It's like when your kid falls and hits their head and you know they're going to be okay, but if you start freaking out, they'll freak out even more. What else for pile number 2, please, Spirit? I just heard pretty in pink. So maybe some of you look very pretty in pink, or you got some new like pink underwear or pink socks, or yeah, just I'm seeing someone with like pink blush and you're like, I'm going to try this. And I feel some of you may be wanting to look a little bit softer around your appearance, or wanting to kind of like, you know, we've gone into a new year, we're going into springtime. It's like, I feel you guys kind of want to maybe soften your appearance a little bit, if you guys know what I mean. Pile number 2. Maybe to become like more approachable or welcoming, or you're working on like smiling when you meet people and nodding your head and that kind of thing. Even men do that, right? Like sometimes people just have that look on their face where they don't seem that approachable. I do think you guys are working on that. And I feel like your guides are saying, you know, great, you're doing great. Like keep working on taking those walls down. Okay, pile number 2. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. And now that we got those channeled messages, and let's go ahead and find out what is coming to pile number 2 here in love. What is coming to pile number 2 here in love? In love for pile number 2. Deep breath, pile number 2. Your guides are being very careful and particular. Yeah, that's why the good shit, the 10 of Cups, okay? I feel like you guys are becoming very aware of your old patterns, and I feel like you're actually picky now. Like, you may have a good time with someone going on a date with them, but I think you're actually looking for something that's more than just a good time or a date, okay? I mean, it's fun to go out on dates and have a good time, and I feel like you guys have done that plenty, pile number 2 in your life, but maybe a little bit too much fun at times. I do feel you guys getting a little bit like more serious about love and coming out of your shell or coming out of the cage. And you know how I mentioned like softening and kind of coming out of the cave or the cage that maybe sometimes you found. I feel like you guys are finding your way out of darkness, and you know, and you may be a little bit picky about what you want to do or who you want to go out with, but I mean, there has to be passion, right? Pile number 2. I also feel there has to be an intellectual connection for you as well. What else here? What is coming? What is brewing? The 10 of Pentacles. Oh my God. Damn. The pile number 1 also got the 10 of Pentacles. So very interesting. And Mercury is at the center. So what I feel like here is, you know, powerful communication where we realize, you know, we kind of have the same goals, or we're on the same page, or we're working to create the same dream. Because I feel like in the past, maybe you guys were very idealistic about relationships. Like, I can make anything work, you know, Hermit and 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Cups. I can make anything and everything work. And I feel like these days you're more like about the grounded practical reality here. Pile number 2. Let's see what else is coming to pile number 2 in love. What is coming to pile number 2 in love, Spirit? The Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. You know, the Wheel of Fortune spins in your favor, pile number 2. And you know what's so funny is, as I was talking about like accidents happening in the water, I was going to mention a story where, anyway, I think I can tell it. My ex-husband, his father actually saw his friend getting eaten by an alligator in the jungle. Can you guys believe that? Isn't that I mean, that's like really, really bad. Obviously, you know, towers on the bottom of the deck, but like, it's so funny, not funny, haha, but on this Wheel of Fortune, there literally is a crocodile that is about ready to bite the tail of this monkey. Okay, I'm seeing the initial J. I also saw HS, which to me talks about high school. Okay, and maybe something in high school happening to you guys that was really tough when it comes to an experience that you had. And it doesn't have to be in love. It could be just something that happened that put you guys on the defensive and kind of put your wall up and maybe made you less approachable, okay? And yeah, and I feel like you guys are kind of like, you know, sometimes things happen in our lives and then it takes us a while to kind of crawl out of it. Even if we're 40 years old, it can take a while. And I feel like Spirit is saying here, your confidence, your ability to decide and to choose wisely in love with the Sphinx here on top is like, this is what is happening for you guys, okay? And I'm also seeing Pluto, like the glyph for Pluto. So some of you may have a very prominent Pluto in your chart. I'm also seeing the initial TB, okay, TB and IS. IS could be short for Isabel or Isabella, but I mean, if you know anyone with that name, take it times a million. But you know, there's nothing worse than thinking you're at the top of the wheel when you're really at the bottom of the wheel with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? And yeah, but I feel you guys are actually coming to the top here. And maybe in the past with this Hermit energy, you were very critical about love relationships, okay? And what it actually, you know, like, because love isn't possession. Love isn't, you know, insanely possessing another person and not allowing them to be themselves and be free and discover who they are. which I feel is very important for you guys, okay? What do they say? Like possession is like 3/10 of the law or something. I don't know. Maybe someone here is in the legal field and you can clear that up for me, because I remember hearing that. But in relationships, like, you know, that can really be an issue sometimes for people. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you guys definitely need, you want to have this love and you want to come out of your shell. But I also think you're philosophical about the way you look at relationships and commitment. And your philosophy about relationships and commitment may actually be changing as well, pile number 2. But let's get some more energy. We have air and we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I feel like someone here could have been with a Virgo who was with an air sign, okay? And for whatever reason, it really didn't go well. And I feel like what's happening now is your guide is shining a light on this situation. I also feel like sometimes your guys' head is just overwhelmed with many different ideas or many different things. And I feel like now more than ever, you're becoming clearer, okay? And I am getting like a name like Sophia. Do you guys know like Sophia Varga? Isn't she on that show like Modern Family? I can't even... Anyway, when Spirit shows me things when I'm channeling, I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I'm also feeling like an Italy type of a vibe, okay? But we have, we have the storm and the unexpected. And you know what's crazy is the tower is on the bottom of the deck for you guys here, okay? And sometimes we got so used to being alone and kind of turning our nose up at love that actually being happy can seem too good to be true. And it's like, okay, like, especially if you're used to being jostled around by life with the Wheel of Fortune. And maybe some of you came from families where, you know, it looked like it was a stable or committed thing, but actually it kind of like unwound and unraveled itself, okay? I feel some of you here could have had a divorce in your family and it was like very, very challenging. I know a lot of people get divorced, but not all divorces are created equal, especially when children are involved, okay? But yeah, I mean, the 10 of Cups, the unexpected can be wonderful. You know what I mean? And I feel like out of the ashes and out of the, for those of you that grew up in a home where it wasn't very peaceful and there were a lot of secrets and, but there was kind of like pretending like everything's okay on the outside, I feel like you guys just don't want to be in a situation like that, okay? But sometimes out of like the worst situation can become the best thing if we just kind of let ourselves, you know, we let those walls down a little bit, okay? And we have here, ooh, sexy feminine. Wow, feminine. Okay, for all the sexy feminines watching. I feel like you guys can sometimes be, and you don't have to be the woman here, but someone here has a tendency to go like, yeah, everything starts out great and starts out really wonderful, but like, you know, are they keeping any secrets? Someone here could definitely have Virgo or Scorpio in their chart and is like, I'm a goddamn detective, you know, file number 2. But, I feel like you guys, because maybe of how things that happened in your family, like I was just explaining, you guys may have a more suspicious nature when it comes to, I feel like you're coming from a good place, pile number 2, but like within yourself, you're coming from an honest place within yourself. But I also feel like you guys get kind of like, you know, yeah, everything looks good now, but like shit could go really wrong, okay? And I mean, to some extent with the Wheel of Fortune, things are unpredictable, you know? And maybe you've had a lot of unpredictable things happen in your life. And because of that, you kind of like took a break with the Hermit for a while, okay? We have comfort in the Wheel of Fortune. So how can someone find comfort in the Wheel of Fortune? Life is always changing. Life is always crazy. Life is always, you know, there's always upheaval and ups and downs and whatever. But somehow I feel like you guys have grown to find kind of comfort in it. And maybe there is a part of you that is, you know, very attracted to that kind of like as much as you hate to admit it, there's something about it that is attractive to you in a way, pile number 2, okay? And also, I feel like for those of you that where everything was looking good in a connection, but then it kind of blew up and you're like, see, that's what happens or whatever. I do feel with the Wheel of Fortune that things may get better, especially with comfort coming out under the wheel, okay? Or maybe you're hoping that they'll get better. Let's see what else. We have Crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Hell yeah. Pile number 2. Okay. I mean, I feel like whoever in your life really seeing your value and your worth now. And, you know, the Sphinx is very honorable and respectful as well. And, you know, not always easy to get to. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning of your reading, maybe you guys are working on softening a little bit because we can be a little bit intimidating or, you know, I mean, maybe you guys don't care, but I also feel like you're more comfortable with yourselves now too, as well. Pile number 2. I also feel like somebody making you feel comfortable as you are getting to spend time with them or get to know them is another thing here. And I feel like you and this person kind of sharing experiences with one another and talking to one another. Okay, we have grapes. All right, time to go out and have fun. Yeah, like if you guys have been hiding away and hiding your light away because of some shit that, you know, an air sign did to you or a Cancer did to you or whatever, pile number 2, I feel like Spirit's like dangling the grapes in your face and is like, it's time to fucking get out there, okay? You know, respect and honor will come to you, but go out and have fun too. Don't get too comfortable either, you know? I mean, sometimes in life we can get too comfortable with the way things are and we don't allow things to change and we keep, you know, staying in the same patterns too, okay? So we have Pluto. Oh my God, I saw Pluto. I saw Pluto on the Wheel of Fortune already. So maybe some of you do have Pluto in your chart. But Pluto is also, you know, associated with Scorpio and the underworld, and also with that energy of you better show me what you're working with and be honest with me or I'll ice you out kind of thing. And some of you could have had something happen to you when you were 22 as well, or around that age, high school, 22, you know, I'm older, so 22 and high school seem like the same to me, but like something could have happened to you guys then too that was caused you to kind of harden inside is also what I feel, okay? And we do that sometimes to protect ourselves, and sometimes we have to do that if we're in a really, you know, tough situation, okay? But Pluto is also the god of wealth, and I feel like it's a shame to lock yourself away because I also feel like you guys have really good money mojo, okay, right now. By just getting out there with the 10 of Pentacles, by just getting out there, honor and respect will come to you. So there's gonna be benefits to kind of like getting out there is what I feel. We have forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. Yeah, it's kind of like with this storm, always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And with Plutonic energy as well, we can build up resentment. And you guys know how I feel about forgiveness. I go off on it. I talk shit about it sometimes. And you guys know I prefer the word peace. But at the same time, like resentment can be, can keep us locked away and isolated when we need to kind of get comfortable with riding the wheel of life. You know what I mean? Pile number 2. We have the Lovers and uncomfortable decisions, right? So I think there's also an energy here for you as well, pile number 2, of kind of waiting something out to see, possibly as well, if someone is going to apologize to you. The thing is I don't think you're going to budge unless they apologize to you. And the other thing is I feel like they're very stubborn and may not want to apologize either. So who's going to break the ice? All right. Yeah. I feel like you guys sometimes think, you know, it's too good to be true. Like I meet someone and then I find out like, you know, they're quote unquote technically still married, you know, which is a shitty thing if that's not what you're looking for. But at the same time, I feel like you guys don't let it stop you from, you know, finding your happiness, okay? I also feel some of you might feel a little uncomfortable in a situation as well. And I think normally you guys are like very confident and you can read the room really well and you're quite intuitive as well. But I kind of feel like there's a situation that feels a little awkward here, okay? And maybe you have a couple people on your roster right now and it's a little awkward. For some people, that's a little awkward. We have, oh my God, the 10 of Pentacles again. Wow. Okay. 10 of Pentacles is also, these two look like they've gotten really comfortable with one another. She's making a batch of cookies while she's naked and he's looking at her like, wow, you're so gorgeous. But they're both naked, okay? And, but what I also see here is someone trying to reach out to you and explain something to you that feels kind of bad about something and is like, let me just kind of like show you what I mean. And I feel like you guys are looking away, focusing on whatever it is that you're doing. And you're just maybe trying not to show too much of the emotion. You know, sometimes when people try to have conversations and other people are like doing other things type of thing. All right. Yeah. Interesting. Pile number 2. Okay. But you got the 10 of Pentacles. So there is comfort. I do feel like it goes back and forth between wanting to feel comfortable, but also wanting to have that big love. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 2. We have whale energy, okay? When I talked about softening and the emotional element and kind of becoming more approachable, I do feel like, I feel you guys are very sensitive. It's just not something that everybody gets to know about you, but I do feel you're very deeply emotional as well, okay? And maybe you do know you need to go out and have fun, but you're like, I don't know, yeah, you know? And Spirit's like, you know, sometimes in life we avoid change because we're getting too comfortable in an energy with someone where everything seemed really great, but actually it kind of turned into shit, okay, type of thing. We have the roads to regret or remorse, okay? And we have Lilith in Cancer. And yeah, the road to regret. You know, it's so funny. I was talking about the water and being on the water and some weird thing happening. And here she is on the water, like looking back, like what the F is going on, okay? I also feel like somebody could have been smoking pot because there's a huge pot leaf here, or maybe you guys are smoking out in this reading, but you know, or it could have involved like, it's like looking at what someone is doing and being like, you know, I mean, in some situations, you need to keep your hands and your feet inside of the vehicle. You know what I mean? Pile number 2. Like if you're at an amusement park and you're going down a roller coaster and they're like, keep your hands and arms inside this area so they don't get chopped off type of thing. Anyway, pile number 2. Yeah, interesting. Okay. And I mentioned Cancer earlier. So some Cancer or someone with Cancer has gone down the road of regret or remorse and doesn't want to do that anymore, okay? Or you've gone down the road of regret and remorse, pile number 2, but you don't want to keep looking back. It's kind of time to come out of the cave, okay? And we have here, Spirit Guide. Ooh, I like it, okay? So this whole situation over here with this finding yourself and finding out the truth and feeling a sense of resentment, sometimes with regret or remorse, we regret that we even allowed that fucking energy into our life, or we're mad at ourselves, you know? And forgiveness can also be like forgiving ourselves. Like everything looked good, but there was this shitty, you know, tower underneath it, okay? And some decisions had to be made here. I feel like if this has already happened, pile number 2, I feel like your spirit guides are saying we're on this situation. We're watching this situation, okay? And if somebody tries to come around to you and tell you, comes out of their cave with a new story or whatever, your spirit guide is looking at this person very suspiciously, okay? I mean, I don't think they're really into it. I don't think they believe that this person is really, you know, being, you know, like they're not being straight up, okay? So if somebody does come back to kind of approach you with something, pile number 2, whether it's a friend, a family member that you've been on the outs with, or you know that maybe they have regret or remorse when it comes to you, I feel like your spirit guides are like, no, they don't like this situation, okay? They don't want you to keep looking back, okay? And they're kind of like rolling their eyes at it even. And yeah, anyway, pile number 2, okay? And the reason they don't like it is because they feel it doesn't honor and respect you. Like this situation, whatever it was, it doesn't honor and respect you. And also it's making you too comfortable, and it's time to get on with life, like too comfortable playing it safe. It's time to, you know, get on the wheel of fortune and get it moving. And the whale energy here is like, you know, pouting or not wanting to move on or keeping the emotions trapped, okay? Which deeply emotional and sensitive people will do that. Sometimes they're really good at hiding that from the rest of the world though, okay? And I feel like you guys do need to get your feelings out. Pile number 2, you really do, about kind of like what's happened here. And we have the Wiccan read. In perfect love and perfect trust, 8 words, the Wiccan read, fulfill. What I send out comes back to thee. Follow this with mind and heart. Okay, so this whole thing is by the rule of 3. Whatever I've sent out comes back to me. Okay, follow this with your mind and heart. Okay, so this is about ethos, or like the way that we live our lives and the rules that we live our lives by, okay? And when I talked about you guys examining that philosophically, I do think that that is a, you know, thing. And if at times you've been overly optimistic about something with the 10 of Cups here, when underneath it, it was on very shaky ground with this storm, unexpected energy, I do think a lot of you are getting more good. Not more good, that's not good. You're getting better at, you know, looking at a situation and going, yeah, I don't think that that's built on a solid foundation, okay? And I think you guys know with the Wheel of Fortune in life and in love, what goes around comes around, okay? And that's exemplified in the Wheel of Fortune times 1 million, okay? And you know, pile number 2, what goes around comes around. And even when it comes to ourselves, you know, the ethos by which we live our lives, and if we keep looking back at something because it feels comfortable, what goes around comes around is going to be the exact same thing that we experienced in the past, okay? So that's why Spirit wants you guys to get the emotions out, go out and have fun. And someone that honors and respects you and treats you like the true king or queen that you are will come to you. It literally says that, okay? Honor and respect will come to you. The crown will come to you. All right, my beautiful pile number 2s. I feel like you guys have to take the first steps out there, but the right person is going to literally come to you, okay? And with the whale, it may be somebody from far away too, all right? or like the Wheel of Fortune is also someone from a different culture or background. So thank you so much, pile number 2. If you'd like to go deeper into this reading and explore it in more detail, you can follow me to my Vimeo channel, and there'll be a link in the description box below. Thank you so much, pile number 2, and take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the purple tea light, and today's reading is called What's Brewing in Your Love Life? Okay, and we will be having an extended reading, pile number 3. So if you're interested, you can follow me to my Vimeo channel, and there'll be a link in my description box below. Okay. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of my beautiful pile number 3s who come here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium between yourself and pile number 3, okay? Let's go ahead. Oh, we need to do the channeled energy first, okay? I feel like you guys right away with this 9 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, you guys are like, just don't let this be an ex, or don't let this be some past situation that's giving me a headache, or just you guys have been really annoyed lately, maybe with some of the people around you at work or your kids, just like, God damn, you know. Pile number 3, I get it. I'm also getting the name Siobhan, or a name like that, for those of you that resonate with that name. But let's go ahead and channel some messages here for pile number 3. I just heard, there's a song, I think it's by Poison, called A Reason to Believe. And I don't even know that band that well, so maybe some of you resonate with that, or just the statement, a reason to believe. You know, after going through tough situations too. Let's see what else for pile number 3. I just heard love and light, love and light, love and light, love and light. So maybe you guys something has been getting on your nerves, and you've been telling yourself like, don't snap back, don't at work, or, you know, with your children or whatever, like you're just like, don't go there type of thing. And sometimes people just say things, little things like that to get them to stop reacting, you know, so that they don't react to something. What else for pile number 3? Okay, did some of you talk about a time in life when like robots will like rule the earth? Or have you been talking to someone about that? Or did you watch a movie about that? Like, I'm specifically getting that movie Ex Machina, which is about a guy who's in love with a robot, but I'm also just kind of getting that energy of like being curious about that, or watching a movie about that. What else for pile number 3, Spirit? I just heard maintaining your health and your looks. So I feel like that is very important to you right now, pile number 3. You may be putting a lot of energy into your health or to your looks. I do feel like somebody here could be having like an upcoming procedure. It may have to do with health. It may have to do with your looks, but I feel that energy of someone kind of having an upcoming procedure, and I feel like it could be towards the end of March. Okay, we're in the beginning of March right now. Or maybe you're contemplating it and you're like, should I do this? Should I do this? What else for pile number 3? I'm also getting that sometimes you guys repeat things to yourself, like, should I do this? Should I do this? Or love and light, like maybe you mumble under your breath at times, or you kind of talk to yourself at times. Pile number 3. I just heard Fraggle Rock. What is I mean, I think it's like a kid's show or something, but anyway, I just heard I am the puppet master, like something like that. Maybe someone was talking about that, but I mean, ventriloquism, I don't know why I'm bringing up ventriloquists, but ventriloquisms are like, or ventriloquists are not that common. I feel like not many people can do those many impressions of different people or things. What else for pile number 3, Spirit? Okay, they're telling me something about a lever or something that feels like it is, like you shake it, and it's almost like I'm seeing a toilet, and I'm, you know, the handle that you flush, I'm seeing it like shaking or jangling. and you're like, what's wrong with this damn thing? Or just like some lever around you, you know what I mean, that you're trying to do, and you're like, why is this like not working? So maybe some of you are dealing with that. Spirit also told me Leave It to Beaver, which is a show from back in the day where it was like a perfect family and someone comes, you know, whatever. If you know what that means, then you know what it means. Pile number 3. Okay, I just heard exact change. I feel like somebody with their hand out with coins in it, and Spirit is saying something about exact change, or someone needs the exact change for something. Maybe someone asked you, pile number 3, like, you know, sometimes people do that. They're in line and then the other person's like, oh, I need a nickel. And then the other person's like, oh, I got a nickel or whatever. Does anyone even carry cash or change anymore in society? Maybe some of you guys talk about that, about how the robots are going to take over everything and then no one will have, you know, anything that resembles the old society. What else for pile number 3? I feel like there's some things that you guys may laugh at, like organic stickers. Like, why does this cost more? It's literally just an apple or whatever. Spirit is showing me something about organic stickers, like stickers on things, identifying things. And what else here for pile number 3? Okay, I just heard Morticia Adams, which is, you know, she's from the Addams family. Maybe you guys are very into her, or you like her, or you like the way that she is. Maybe you're like, I'm way more of a Morticia than a Leave It to Beaver. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and get into your reading. Pile. Okay. Also, I just have to say, someone here could have an uncle or a cousin who is a mortician, or someone in your family, a male, who is a mortician, okay? Do you know anyone like that? Pile number 3. Maybe your great uncle, whoever, was one and you just heard about it. But I am getting that energy of someone's uncle being in that kind of a role. But I feel like this person's like, yeah, because I'm a masochist or something like that. Anyway, pile number 3. Let's go ahead and find out what is coming when it comes to love for my pile number 3s, please. What's brewing in pile number 3's love life? What is brewing? What's brewing? Sit down with your cup of coffee, your cup of joe. Pile number 3. What's brewing in your love life? Okay. Oh, the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. And I like this deck because it's modern love. So you actually see 2 guys here. And they're like embracing each other. And, you know, there's a lot to get done. And I feel like someone has work on their mind, or the different things that they need to do. Or it's like, I gotta, like, you know, I can't believe I got to go to work, or I can't believe I just kind of want to stay with you and hold you close type of thing. And I'm definitely getting an Indian vibe in this pile too, for those of you Indian. I also feel like somebody is likes the way that your leg feels, or they think they like feeling your legs because they're like, oh, they feel so good, or they feel so smooth. And just kind of, I feel like somebody like tracing the outline of your leg here and being like, you know, touching, like comparing touching you to a dessert or a cake or something like that, or talking about you being a treat. Okay. Keep the home fires burning, pile number 3. Let's see what else. What's brewing in pile number 3's? What is brewing in pile number 3's love life? What is brewing here? What is brewing? The brewing. Oh my God. 10 of Cups. Amazing. Pile number 2 got 10 of Cups. I'm happy for you guys. Like, the 10 of Cups. Hey now, I like this. And I talked about like Leave It to Beaver. These guys look like they're in the Northamptons, and it's like this very Leave It to Beaver type of a family. I don't know, maybe you're into that. Pile number 3 with like a twist of, you know, quirkiness or something about it. But I mean, I feel like for those of you that are in the Southern Hemisphere, I'm sure you're still getting some nice days there, right? And maybe you guys need to take a little vacation or a trip, or somebody here needs to go have fun in some like warmer weather is what I'm feeling, okay? Needing to kind of get away from work and, you know, a bunch of stuff on my mind. I'm kind of busy or stressed, right? And then just like, oh my God, like we're having so much fun and how cool. And I also feel like someone here has sensitive feet, or somebody had something weird that happened to their toenail, okay? Like, I don't know, and all the weird things that can happen to a toenail, I feel like somebody had something happen to their toenail, or they hit their toe on something and it bruised or turned red. I also feel like the other person tells the other person, well, I did something happen to my finger or to my nail, so like it's no big deal. I kind of feel like feeling this sense of feeling really uncomfortable, where maybe in the past you felt very uncomfortable with certain things, pile number 3, but I feel this energy of making each other feel comfortable, okay? Whoever this is, all right? Spirit just told me it's Kevin Smith, and I'm like, Kevin Smith, isn't that the actor from Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back? Anyway, or Clerks, the movie Clerks. Anyway, 5, okay, interesting. 5 of freaking Pentacles, and I feel like someone is saying here, I want more, you know, like Ariel from The Little Mermaid would say, I want to go where the people are. I want more, right? I want to think where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Feet, right? Out in the sun, out where they run. And, you know, this 5 of Pentacles has that very much like locked out of paradise kind of energy. And it kind of reminds me like to appreciate the good times we have with people, because sometimes those memories are, you know, the only thing that we are left with. And I think with the 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups here, it's about appreciating every moment, you know, even if sometimes things don't last forever or we go through ups and downs. But, you know, this 5 of Pentacles is interesting because you have the 3 of Pentacles here. And the 3 of Pentacles to me talks about building something, but also being a little bit afraid of losing it, since we're in the 5 of Pentacles, right? And if you're having fears about that, pile number 3, I think it's really good for you to talk to whoever about this, because whoever this person is, some of you may have not even met this person yet. And you're like, well, who the hell is this person? You know, like pile number 3, take it as a future reading is if that's what you're feeling. But I do feel that there's someone here that, you know, it's like, I think this person would actually like do a pretty good job of making you feel secure, or they might not even know that you're kind of having these feelings or that you feel worried, because I feel like there are moments that you two have together that are like really cute or like really optimistic and happy, or maybe they take you on really fun dates, or you guys have done some really, you know, you've had a big old smile on your face. And even just sexually, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like we're cuddling together, or we're getting to know one another, or we're cuddling, and it's like, well, kind of like, where is all this headed? Or I've kind of seen things happen before. I've been cheated on before. Like some people have, you know, they've gone through experiences. They've had those insecurities, okay? I mean, someone cheating on you isn't an insecurity, but like it doesn't say anything about you. It says something about them, really. They're probably the insecure one. But let's go ahead and see what else here for pile number 3. Ah, the Hierophant. Wow, pile number 3. I like it. And there is somebody here. Okay, we have the Hangman on the bottom of the deck. I kind of feel like this is you guys though, and you're like waiting by your phone. You're kind of like, okay, like what's next? What's the next step? Are they going to reach out? Like looking at the text messages. And the other person with the Four of Swords doesn't have a care in the world. Or maybe you don't normally have a lot of, normally like you're good, or you like just enjoying your time to yourself here. But I kind of feel like someone's enjoying their time to themselves and doesn't think anything is wrong. And the other person is like, what in the actual, like, they're not throwing a fit about it, or you're not throwing a fit about it, but it's like, where is all this headed? Like, there's a tree here, like the tree of life. It's like, is this going to sprout branches and grow, or I'm just going to be like waiting? And I think the other person may legitimately, with the Four of Swords here, be a little bit oblivious or not really know. So I think someone here just, and Nine of Cups, Nine of Cups to me is saying it's, maybe not as bad as it seems, okay? I feel like someone may be afraid to bring something up with the Five of Swords here because it would start a fight. But I actually feel like someone may have a really good reaction to you, to you just being honest and straightforward. Pile number 3. To me, this reminds me of lapis lazuli, which is good for the third eye and the throat chakra too, for like saying what we need to say. And this Hierophant too reminds, like looking into her eyes here, I feel like she's a little worried about a situation, okay? And some of you may have already had readings on this, personal readings, or you may have already done your own readings on this, or have listened to other readings on this. And I feel like what you really just want is the assurance that, that the other person is kind of on the same page as you, okay? I am getting an energy, like I feel you two you have a really good time together, or you will have a really good time together, for those of you that haven't met this person yet. But Spirit just told me Cam Brady. Who the hell is that? Is that a football player or something? Maybe someone here likes that. But I feel like, it's like, I just kind of, I like you, and I want to see where things are headed. Okay. And I can see the pressure kind of building in someone's throat chakra here. And we have 2 Taurus cards here. The 5 of Pentacles is Mercury in Taurus, and the Hierophant is Taurus. 8 of Pentacles is Virgo. And the 10 of Cups is like the ideal energy that we want to create with someone. The ideal. I feel like you guys understand reality though, pile number 3. And so, you want a firm foundation, or you want to see a firm foundation being built in a situation, and not have it be like flighty, or have it be like where it's just kind of like left to each of you to kind of think about what it is, okay? But do you guys remember the L Word, that show, for my girls that like girls here, or bisexuals, like how they had that chart connecting all those people together? I feel like some of you here may get to know this person from a friend of a friend of a friend, or you meet them, or you know someone that used to date them, okay? Or maybe like an acquaintance of yours used to date them a long time ago. I know a lot of people have, are against that, but I kind of feel like you two have similar feelings for each other, pile number 3. So if you find this person and you find you're enjoying yourself and having a good time, but there's this kind of like lingering, fears or insecurities, I feel like, maybe it's time to explore that a little bit and communicate that a little bit here. Let's see what else. We have attraction, Mars, and hot. Yeah, I do feel you two are very attracted. Maybe you two have a laugh because you slept with the same person a long time ago. Who knows, right? Like, I just feel there's a connection that it's kind of like this energy of I can't believe we're here together type of thing. But it is hot. It is attraction. It is, you know, there's a fire that's feeding this. Pile number 3. We have guilt and sabotage. Yeah, with the 10 of Cups. So I feel like there's this thing of, I don't want to ruin a good thing or a good moment or a positive moment by bringing up something with the 5 of Pentacles that maybe we're not ready to talk about yet, or maybe, you know, so-and-so needs more time to think it through. And you may feel sometimes that you sabotage your relationship, pile number 3. I mean, everyone has insecurities, right? And sometimes the best way to kind of, instead of assuming something, is the best way to just kind of talk about it. I actually feel this person will have a decent reaction, okay? Yeah, we have blindfold and tied up. Ooh, okay. I also kind of feel like someone here with the Hangman on the bottom of the deck, like someone may be hung up on something, like they have something going on or work or something, and the other person assumes the worst, okay? Which is also like that blindfold kind of energy. In this case, it's talking about like sexually blindfolded and tied up. But someone here is like, I don't know if I know the whole truth, or I'm not sure if I can trust what this person is telling me. And I feel like here with this lapis lazuli kind of throat chakra energy coming up, it's like, okay, we need to kind of have a serious conversation about like where we stand or what we're looking for. And that may not be appropriate immediately when you're just getting to know someone. But if you've had some really good moments with someone, then, you know, hey, we have fear. Yeah. Again, coming out on the Hierophant. So this sense of, I'm not going to like the answer that I get, or like the insecurity, or feeling like, I also get a feeling of timing for you guys. Like you find things that are hot and attractive and sexy, and it's a cool moment, but then it passes here with this sabotage guilt thing. And, you know, and it maybe created like a pattern of distrust or fear within you, pile number 3, okay? We have teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Oh my God. For those of you that are LGBTQ, welcome to your reading, okay? But I also feel like there's a deep, also for my hetero people, like sometimes you feel so close to someone, you feel like they could be like your best friend, okay? Or they just feel like, you know, tea has a way of bringing people together, like the teapot, like let's sit down and talk and have tea, and or coffee, right? I talked about coffee at the beginning of your guys' reading. And yeah, I also feel like this teapot and energy of sitting down and just kind of like talking through fears, okay? Yeah, I kind of like it though, pile number 3, like this sense, not that you feel insecure or fearful, or that you don't know the truth, or that you feel sometimes you sabotage your relationships, but I actually like that. I feel like this person with this 8 of Pentacles, I do feel this person is empathetic and caring. Okay, I'm getting that energy, pile number 3. And if you're like, no way, this person is not, then obviously I don't think this is your pile. But you know what I'm saying? If you're questioning it and going back and forth, or you're deepening a friendship and you're wondering and there's been, you know, some holding or touching or reassuring energy between you and this person, and you're wondering like, is it more than platonic? Is it more than a friendship? I do feel there's a lot of attraction, hot Mars, okay? We have staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times, okay? Yeah, I mean, you will. With this 5 of Pentacles and what you've experienced in the past around relationships or insecurities or getting your needs met, or feeling like people don't like you because of who you are, you know, just these kind of things, pile number 3. I feel like Spirit is saying your guides are coming through to tell you, like, you've been traveling this journey with us. You haven't been alone. And, you know, even if you're scared and you're putting yourself out there and you're being honest with this Hierophant energy, They're telling you you'll be taken care of, okay? No matter what happens. Also, I feel this person on the card taking care of this person in difficult times. This deep friendship or this deep, thing that you're kind of forming here, pile number 3. I do feel like this person would want to take care of you in hard times. Okay, I am getting that energy. Fire. All right, we got fire. I feel like we could have Taurus or Virgo with a fire sign here. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Fire. We have fire and attraction. It's like, are you attracted to me? Are you not? Are you? Are you not? Are you? Are you? Are you? Kind of like questioning. Like, and I also feel there could have been a hug or an embrace that someone here was like, is this actually mean like more, I do feel like, or some of you may be wondering, does this person feel the fire that I'm feeling towards them? And, I feel like yes, pile number 3, okay? We have integrity. Does this situation align with your values and morals, okay? We have guilt here. So if somebody is already in a relationship, or this is not going to be for all of you, okay? But if somebody here is already in a relationship, or they're already have a family, but you two are getting closer, then there is a question here that Spirit is asking you guys, and maybe that with the Hierophant is all about, spiritual integrity. Maybe this is a question that you need to ask yourself, but you haven't really wanted to because you've been, fearful of it, okay? Or maybe there's an integrity issue because you work with this person, or, or you guys, it's a friend of a friend that your friend used to date. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like they're with another person, but like, a lot of people question the integrity. They fall for someone and then they're like, like this is, my friend's ex. I don't know if I should go there, type of thing. Okay. But I also feel like pile number 3, don't feel guilty for wanting, don't feel guilty for wanting true love and connection and happiness in your life, okay? Don't feel bad for that. Ooh, nice. I like it. We have the 8 of Pentacles twice, and this is from my deck, and it says, simply the best, focus and attention to detail, a highly skilled lover, okay? 8 of Pentacles. So I feel you guys are going to be getting to know someone here where the fire and the passion and the attraction between you and this person is on fucking point, okay? And they may be into blindfolding and tying up, but beyond that, I feel they are very good with their hands and they know exactly what to do. And they're quite a detailed lover, pile number 3, okay? And when someone's like that with you, sometimes it can be like, well, who else are you like this with, or how did you get that good? Because I feel like someone here is a very, very good lover, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, pile number 3, like, don't fall into jealousy, okay? Or if this person is falling into jealousy, then you guys can talk about it, okay? With this fear, like fear of bringing things up, all right? But, sometimes we just have to. We have here, we have the 10 of Cups. Wow. We have it twice. Okay. And this person's like, you knocked me off my feet, Like he looks like he's been knocked over or bowled over by her titties. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 3. And maybe you have a fear that you will, smother this person with your titties or your booty or whatever, pile number 3. But I mean, I also feel like if you guys are emotionally questioning whether this person is into you, I feel like they're like, what do you mean? I'm like laying on the ground, like drooling on myself. Of course I'm into you. Okay. All right. I mean, sometimes our fears get the best of us, but camel, ooh, sex camel, pile number 3. I like it. I like it. I mean, it does kind of add to the Egyptian influence and the Isis and the lapis lazuli. The camel kind of adds this I mean, I love the fact the moon here is so gorgeous. It's like Arabian Nights kind of gorgeous, okay? Like Arabian Nights. And I feel like somebody here is like, I'm going to devour you, or I'm really interested in this experience with you, like the fire aspect of it. And, you know, and I feel like somebody here does have a lot of emotion to share. They also have a lot of sexual intensity, pile number 3, okay? And I feel someone here has a surprising amount. As much as they have sexual intensity, they also have a surprising amount of emotionality or, you know, emotionality or like empathy or sympathy within them too, okay? Which can be really surprising at times when we meet people like that, because it's quite the package, you know? We have here the naked self. Wow. Okay. More Egyptian stuff. I don't know if you guys feel, some of you may feel here you have, you know, past lives in Egypt, okay? But there's this sense of being on display and feeling shameful about it, or feeling like we don't have a right to love ourselves or our bodies for who we are, and feeling like deeply ashamed of, you know, something about the way we look, or even something physical here. I'm getting the D names right now. Okay, I'm seeing DM or DN. DM could be divine masculine, but DM or DN, I'm seeing, or direct message or something, or slide into my DMs. But this is Leo energy talking about the naked self. And maybe some of you were like, yeah, I wish I was more like a Leo and I could just like totally show myself and not be afraid that people were going to laugh at me or ridicule me. I mean, a lot of people were bullied, you know what I mean? Pile number 3. And that's where sometimes where insecurities can come from. Fuck those people, pile number 3. I love who you are, okay? I mean, I don't know you, but I mean, maybe I do. Maybe I know you when you're watching this, but I love who you are. And I feel like you should feel free to be your naked self. And I feel like if you have an insecurity, you know, you can talk about it and work through it. And I mean, one thing we have to know is that our insecurities are really our own, and we don't want to take that out on our partner. But at the same time, I feel like maybe you're a little fearful of showing your insecurities at times, pile number 3, because you've been with people who were very controlling, or you were been with people who were very critical or mean, or just not compassionate towards some of the things that you've been through. I actually feel this person is compassionate. I keep coming back to these two here, like taking care of each other kind of energy. Willpower. I like that, pile number 3. Even if you have fears, even if you have doubts, right? Even if you feel that you sabotage things. I mean, we all do, and we all have in life. But I feel like this is you, you know, gathering the courage and strength to kind of, you know, to kind of talk about things a little bit more and kind of find out where people stand more. And I also feel like for you guys, the willpower to show who you are and to be proud of who you are too, okay? I feel like you guys are very grounded in reality as well. And maybe in the past you weren't, and you let your emotions kind of drive you forward. But I feel you're very focused on where you want to be and what you want to do now, or you're going to come into this energy, okay? What am I seeing? I'm seeing the number 8. Somebody's birthday could be on the 8th or add up to the 8th, like the 17th or the month of August. And I'm seeing a 5 here too. I'm seeing a handprint with someone who has S as their first initial, and then a handprint. Interesting. I'm also seeing the letter E for an initial, okay? And we have here cauldron and containment. Wow. I like that, pile number 3. I really like that for you guys, because, you know, it's like we have this passion and we have this attraction for one another, and we have this, you know, a highly skilled lover, and we get down with each other, the 10 of Cups twice, right? We get naked with one another, all of that. But, you know, fire needs a container. It needs to have structure. And the Hierophant is about providing that structure and discipline to something. You know what I mean? And to keep the fires burning, we need to have some type of a container. And, you know, someone has to make the first move and kind of talk about it, okay? Or like, even if they are feeling a little insecure, or in the past, like things didn't work out like the way they wanted to, okay? But with this cauldron energy, I also feel like this person is holding you, you know? And if you guys are the fire signs, and normally you get very excitable and worked up about, does this person really like me or not, or this or that, and you've got a lot of fire in your chart, you know, some of you could be meeting an earth sign, a Virgo or a Taurus here, okay? That kind of helps contain that fire. Because, I mean, I like that. It's like that energy of, we have this fire towards one another, but it's also in a container that feels really safe, okay? And we have deep friendship here too. So, you know, try not to worry. Pile number 3. I know we've got, you know, fears and things like that, but I feel like somebody here is gonna open up, and I feel like the other person is going to have like a much better reaction than maybe the other person expected, okay? That is what I'm getting for you, pile number 3. For those of you that would like to go deeper and join me on the extended reading, I will meet you there, my loves. Thank you so much for being here with me today, everyone, and take care.